Oh, we are back. Let's try this again. Oh. Round two. Now it's clear? Okay. It's clear. I'm here. Let's go. Now, hopefully D-Style is back. We're back in the game. Let's get right to it. I can see Nick clearly now that the rain is gone. So anyway, the MMA world is taking a hit. Everybody said MMA is harder. It is not harder. MMA says more dangerous. It's not dangerous. You get hit in MMA, the fight will be stopped if a guy is wobbled. There's about probably one death in the history of MMA. Everybody else is fine. All right? Let's get that addressed now. Second thing, people are misunderstanding and, basically just running wild with misinformation about the sport. People believe because they don't have a social media buzz that there's no money involved. Believe me, there's millions and millions of dollars of people who are just very interested in the sport of boxing who wants to go to events. Tyson Fury, where is he from? The UK. 57 million dollars. Okay? Highest paid fighter. 57 million. And most of you didn't know anything about Tyson Fury till his last fight, right? Second of all, what happened after that? Deontay Wilder made 45 million. But you know him though, right? Anthony Joshua made 46 million. Conor McGregor, he made his 44 or 48 or whatever million dollars. He made that. But he's the only one standing there from MMA, and he only had one damn fight. Why is Conor McGregor getting all your money? And do you think the MMA fighters don't see this? They see it and they're pissed. Because why is Conor McGregor getting all this money and why they're not? John Jones is a much better fighter than Conor McGregor. He has not seen $10 million. Canelo Alvarez made $32 million. 32 million. Or 37 million. That's it, 37 million. So he made 37 million, which was shocking to me because he had the biggest contract in the world. So money, some people's money is not shining right when that light is bright. You know why people choose the cage life more than they'll choose the boxing ring? They'll choose the cage life because of the simple fact that it is much harder to do boxing than it is MMA. That's just the gist of it. They have a much harder time adjusting to the boxing than they do MMA. Because if you know boxing is the highest paying sport, Believe me, everybody would be going into boxing, but they know it's damn hard. It's damn hard to do. Once you get in there, you realize the sacrifice. All these guys been running miles and training and doing all this, and they go in the ring and they realize it takes years and years to dominate in this sport. What's up, everybody? I see everybody got in here pretty quick.
What's going on?
What's up?
Yeah, this is a day they didn't want to send out any notifications, I guess, because it was boxing. And they said, forget you. We're not sending anything out today.
Used to it.
Yeah, me too. After arguing with you two yesterday, I mean, we had a big argument. It's like, okay, I thought they were going to just completely shut me down.
Yo, Calcino Sackers.
Nothing too much. Just talking boxing today.
So you got the bandana wrapped on your face.
Yeah, nigga. Brooklyn's wild right now. Brooklyn's wild right now.
What about you? I know you saw the highest paid. What do you think about the pay differential?
Look, man. I mean, that's nothing new. I mean, you know what
exactly.
I mean, we've been knowing that. But what I found funny though was that Dana White and John Jones are going at it.
Yep.
And they asked Dana, well, why is he mad? Like, well, what happened? And Dana said, well, he wanted to make what Deontay Wilder was making. You know what I mean? And like, why would he say that? Why would he say that out loud? You know what I mean? You're kind of revealing that this model they got, man, doesn't get the fighters paid, bro.
Oh no! Yeah. And then John Jones had to come out and bust him out and call him out again because he's a liar. And then I talked to John Jones on Twitter. I said, John Jones, this is Dana White. If this guy told you a truth, it was only by accident. Because he's a known liar. He said, I never asked you for what Deontay Wilder was getting.
And I'll tell you what else too, bro.
Yeah, he said, what did Deontay Wilder get? 30 million? Give me half of that. Give me 15.
I'll tell you right now, man. It's not only do they not. We're just talking about what they get paid for the fight. You know what I mean? Did they strip them of other, advertising, bro? That exclusive Reebok deal doesn't let these MMA fighters like come in with their own own shit. They don't
they can't get paid off their merchandise, and that's the problem. And people don't understand that boxing is a sport. UFC is a company, and I keep telling them all the time. I'm like, in that sport of boxing is about hundreds of different little small companies and some big companies all together. That's why you can't make fights. And they're like, why can't they just do what the UFC do? Because those guys are owned by the UFC. That's a company. So they can make any fight they want to make in that thing. Say, you going to fight him tomorrow. You fighting him. You fighting him. They can do that. It's a company. Right. So they can go ahead and make their fights how they want to make them. And the fact is, they have one major problem, though, following under that umbrella. Now that they have to adhere to these rules that they met in with this platform, they can't make everyone happy. And they finding the same problems that boxing has, they have. You got divas. You got people that tried to make champions that are not that damn good, and they're not selling because they can't win. And then you try to put them against lower tier fighters, and the lower tier fighters crack him on the jaw, and guess what? He's asleep. So your plan, it's harder to do that in UFC than it is in any other sport.
And plus, Dana White don't damn promote his damn fighters. He don't promote them at all.
No.
He's a complete moron.
He promotes the UFC. That's it. I don't even know none of his fighters like that,
Because he bought his company. He bought the company with money that was borrowed from his friends. He got a company that was borderline bankrupt when he got it. They got $2 million for it, which was shocking. It was borderline. He could have got it for nothing if he'd just waited. They were going to go belly up bankrupt. So they basically paid $2 million and bought something that was going to be bankrupt in a couple of weeks. So, so they got $2 million out of it. They were great. They got that. But they were almost bankrupt 3 times while owning the UFC. That's why the Furtado said, you know what? This company almost went bankrupt 3 times because Dana White doesn't know what he's doing. He spent millions trying to market in London, a place that you're not going to make money, boxing area. He spent millions trying to market Bisbee, and we're going to do this. It's going to bring a big market over there. And he was wasting money. And the numbers was inflated and falsified because who was going to go back and check them? Their pay-per-view numbers weren't that great. People don't remember they do so many shows because they are pay-per-view driven business. Yep. Without that revenue, they're done. That's how they pay all the bills, the pay-per-views. So all of their house shows, they had no sponsors for a long time. The only reason the UFC still exists is because of the reality show. If it wasn't for the Ultimate Fighter, the UFC would be bankrupt. They were done. The Ultimate Fighter saved the company because they were like, look, we can't pay these guys. We're not going to make payroll in 6 more months. Because that they did is they milked the talent that they had. This is the house and the business that Chuck Liddell built. When Horace Gracie and all those guys were fighting, it was good, but they had Tito Ortiz and Tito was fighting Chuck, but they really didn't make a lot of money doing it. So the second time around, the big time when the money was starting to roll in, it was only because of Chuck. Chuck brought that energy. Chuck brought that biker crowd. He brought the rowdiness. He was the Tank Abbott. What Tank Abbott was when they were making $15,000 a fight. Yeah, wow. Back in the day,
He was that dude.
$50,000 to the winner, you know.
They're still making $50,000 a fight.
Yeah.
You can't forget about Ken Shamrock and Dan
Shamrock.
Oh
yeah, Dan
Shamrock. They never dominated. They never dominated. When Shamrock left to go to the WWE to get his money because they weren't getting paid.
Yeah, it's true.
They weren't making any money. They were barely paying rent and bills. Shamrock had these guys all like they were all living like fighters. They were living in their cars, living in their house.
Yeah. Hey man, Dan Severn.
Right. Dan the Beast Severn. He came in off some wrestling contract. He was coaching like Michigan somewhere. Teaching wrestling. Yeah. He just got in it and won that year. Well, he got beat by Gracie. Then he came back, he got to the finals and lost to Gracie. Then he came back and won it the other year because Gracie wasn't in it. Right. But yeah, the thing is that it had more appeal back then. But the way the structure was, taking the boxing rules and making rounds and made it more of a show, got ring girls. Dana saw boxing because he always was thinking he was going to be a boxing promoter. Came in there working at the Mayweather gym. I used to see him a lot back in LA. First, he was at the Top Rank gym. Then when they had the Mayweather gym, like Floyd was right. He used to carry Floyd bags. Dana White was a little doughboy guy carrying bags. And I'm like, oh, there's Dana carrying bags, hanging around Floyd.
You know the UFC was in trouble when they kept bringing all the old WWE people.
Well, yeah, that's the only way they can make money. And Brock brought in a lot of money. People bought pay-per-view to see Brock Lesnar, but you got to pay Brock. So now you're paying Brock Lesnar, and you're keeping a lot of the money, and you're paying very minimal out to the fighters. So the company's making a lot as far as pocketing. They're making millions. So they were like, cool, this is good. When we had those big shows, maybe we should just get WWE fighters. So they did a cross-brand promotion with WWE, with Vince. And said, okay, we'll borrow some of your stars and then we'll give you some of our stars. Yeah. So they took CM Punk and tried to make CM Punk an MMA fighter. I'm like, CM Punk is not going to make it. Yep. They put him in with a guy who ain't won a fight in like 3 years. They did a whole special.
It was horrible.
Then he was training over here in Milwaukee. I'm like, man, this dude has got money already. He was getting paid millions in the WWE. And then he sued the WWE. So he's getting money from the lawsuit. Then he could possibly come back. Then right now, Vince is so desperate, he's bringing anybody back. I'm like, everybody, because of AEW. He's like, what are you doing right now? Come on, let's go.
Even though, even though AEW doesn't have the notoriety the WWE has right now, You know.
Oh, they got the bank, and that's how wrestling goes. Wrestling is a way. Whoever got the bank right now, when new money coming in, they like strippers. They go running right to the money.
Of course.
Hey, Cino.
When Turner had that money over in WCW, you saw all them pro wrestlers from WWE. They jumped Hogan, Macho Man. They was running like, "Hey, Daddy."
Yeah,
Hey,
What do you think of Mike Tyson though in AEW?
Scott Hall.
Oh, that was stupid. That was stupid and entertaining at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I see what they're doing. They got the money. They paid the money. They got Tyson there. They redoing the whole thing they did in WWE when he sucker punched Jericho. Back in years ago. So they playing that angle. Yeah. But I like AEW football because I see where the problem was with WWE. When the wrestlers weren't being listened to, they went to somebody who was a wrestler, who's in charge, who knows what the problem is, and they weren't being allowed to do it. Now the wrestler got the money, and now he's like, look, I'm going to run this company with you, Jericho, I'm bringing you in, and we're going to run this thing. We're wrestlers. We know what the fans want to see and all the stuff. We brought the Vince, and he said no, we could do here. And buddy, the wrestling is off the chain. I like the wrestling as far as the moves and everything they're doing. Oh wow!
But here's the thing with that. But here's the thing.
They were fighting in the football stadium last week, man.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. With that. Wrestling right now is oversaturated with the same stuff over and over again. Super kick after super kick, suicide dive after suicide dive, Spanish fly after Spanish fly. It's too much repetition, and it's not good.
AEW is a little different. See, that's the thing. And WWE is like that.
Of course.
And AEW, they give you a little variation of different. The only problem is you don't really know anybody yet.
Right.
Storylines.
Yeah, it's not a big wrestler.
I'm gonna tell
you. That's the thing. You're like, if most of these guys came in from another federation, so you don't think.
Right.
Oh, we could all. They came from Japan. I ain't know they came from Japan.
Most of them came from New Japan Pro Wrestling, of course.
Yep, Japan. Some from Mexico. Yeah, that they had over there in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard they're trying to get Sting to come, man. I heard they're trying to get Sting to come over.
Sting's done. I mean, that's the thing. You can get Sting old now. Even Jericho is past his prime.
Exactly.
Jericho is way past his prime. He can't do none of the stuff he used to do, but he's always good on the microphone.
Yeah, exactly.
So you keep Jericho out there to do those things there, but he paid his dues. Just do.
I would make Jericho host the show as a commentator. You understand? Like Jerry Lawler used to be. You understand? I'll make him a commentator, and and just focus on new talent.
But if
they need one American wrestler that could send that program over the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But if I could say it, go ahead. If I could say it way back to,
they might have to look back. They might have to look to the minority to do that. You understand? That's the problem with wrestling. They don't expand their brand. You understand? And look into minorities, and you understand.
Man, I'm gonna tell you when the WWE went downhill. When Vince McMahon bought WCW, that's when it went downhill because he had no other competition that could rival him, that could challenge him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could challenge Monday Night Raw. Like when he bought WCW, that was it for wrestling, man. That was it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see, like
he got too greedy. He got too greedy, man. He got too greedy, and Eric Bischoff.
Well, the thing is the business changed. A lot of the formats, changed. A lot of the formats went in another direction. They definitely decided that we need to do something a little different here. And they tried to compensate for having all these wrestlers they didn't have a place for. So some of these guys, they bought out their contracts, and some of those guys going to have to sit. They were all getting paid, so they didn't mind. So it was like, you want to pay me or you want me to sit? And some of the wrestlers he was bringing back just to embarrass. Like Bagwell was back, and then he got he restructured his contract so he could wrestle. And you know, they got a 3 ropes to 4 rope system. You know, it's a whole different type of thing from the ring. And then they go over their codes, and everybody got to go through training, no matter what. If you come over there, you got to go through training.
Back then it was rough. Back then it was rough.
Look, let me show you something. Look how, like a Spanish wrestler, Eddie Guerrero, before he died, he was carrying the WWE, you know, with his matches, you know, he had the best type of matches before he died, you know.
Well, yeah,
by them
him and Chavo, they come from a wrestling family, you know, the Guerreros. And then Chavo, he walked out on WWE and he just started he's been doing some local wrestling now.
Yeah, he's doing he started a Lucha Libre wrestling.
Luchador.
Him and Rey Mysterio Jr.
Rey Mysterio still in
his career was
right
fucked
now.
up by the WCW, you know.
They started their own wrestling on like a Lucha Libre in Mexico.
Oh yeah. Cino, but if I could segue back to boxing real quick, if we know that's what we was on real
right.
Oh yeah.
I will say that boxing is a lot more dangerous than MMA because you're getting punched a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. It's a cumulative effect. That's how people end up dying in the ring.
Exactly.
And then he gets stopped as soon as some guy gets hit. You know, like 2 hits, he's walking out. Come in and wave it off. I'll be like, well, fight's over already. I mean, that dude could have possibly recovered or whatever, but because he get rocked, he go to the canvas. The guy he knows all he got to do is get on the top and do this. The ref coming over there to break the whole thing up.
Exactly.
Or I know one thing. You know. I know one thing. That Eddie Hearn, he going downhill.
Fast Eddie in trouble because of the pandemic, but they're gonna recover because they got money and it's a hedge fund.
A lot of people downhill right now.
It's just that it's gonna cost them money. And they don't know if they're like, look, this is gonna cost out a lot of money because when you have boxing has guaranteed contracts, and that's the hard part. You gotta guarantee a certain number of fights, and that's what got Dana White in trouble. Dana White did the same routine as boxing. He's got guaranteed contracts with the fighter that he got to guarantee them so many fights per year, or they have to pay out X amount of dollars in penalties to these fighters. That's why he was rushing to get these fights back going. He was, no, we got to get the fight. The fight's going on.
but you really think the zone go last? Because you got to think about it. Like there's no fans, so that cuts the revenue right there as far as people. So
they don't make their money off of fans going to the fights. They're not doing that. They are basically a streaming business. That's where they
were making money online. I know that for their
right. So they can put a fight on with nobody in the arena, and anything they get in the ticket, that's bonus. They making their money from streaming, and they was like, it's you sign up for it, you pay like $100 a month. I mean $100 for the year, and you good. Now the thing is getting people to get subscription. So if you basically fighting for the zone, you in the subscription business. That's it. You're not in the boxing business. As you can see, they didn't put on. They realized, like, why are we worrying about real fights? We could just have celebrity bouts. We just pay the YouTube kids to fight.
No basketball, no football. What about baseball? What's going on with baseball right now?
Oh, baseball.
Like, is they playing baseball?
Yeah. They had no real problem to shut down. Really, they shut down because they didn't want to just jump ahead of anybody. But baseball is outdoors, so they
it's summertime.
Yeah,
and it's a summertime sport.
So good.
Cena, when you gonna make that video by Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali? Because I'm tired of them yapping, man.
They still yapping right now.
Every time I'm about to do it, I say, man, I'm gonna just chill on it. Because I'm really tired of the whole thing all together. And then every time I'm about to do it, something else will happen. And I'll be like, man, this is going on. Let me go ahead and do this. But
right now, they can't even fight.
Something happened.
Yeah, because the fight's not going to never happen, man. They're not going to fight.
There's no need to make a video about that.
That fight is not happening.
There's no need to make a video about that anyway, so don't waste time on that. But
right.
So,
Trying to get herself in shape, get herself down in weight so she can get another check.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the boxing tip, real quick, to prove that it's a lot more dangerous, you know how certain boxers end up punching like years down the line. I just found out what causes that is called dementia pugilista, which is like, you know, what causes that, you know, like people boxers being punch drunk, like Evander Holyfield, James Toney,
Riddick Bowe.
Yeah, Riddick Bowe, Joe Frazier when he was alive. Yeah, so it has a more dangerous effect.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And it don't take a lot. You know, people don't realize that how many times you get hit in the head in boxing. You go into sparring, you're getting hit in the head. And UFC, they mostly going in for chokes,
right,
and you know, submission holds and wrestling more than just strikes. So the strikes is very few and far in between.
Exactly.
And yeah, but at the time in boxing, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's the hardest sport because believe me, if someone was paying you more, you would go run right to that sport. What would you do UFC if you know boxing is getting paid more? That's why I tell people, they was like, man, UFC, you got to go out for the foot, the knee, you got to look out for everything. I was like, so which one is more harder to do? If I can only hit you with two hands,
exactly.
Ain't that going to be more harder to do? But if you know I got to hit you with two hands and you got to defend me, now it's a lot easier to me if I could kick, knee, use my head, elbow, and everything else. I'm like, that seems a lot easier.
Because you're using all 8 points of your body.
I'm using all this stuff. It looks like it's a lot easier for me.
Right.
So I'm like, boxing, you have less, right? You have less to strike with. Exactly. So to me, if you have less to strike with, that's the hardest thing to do.
Plus, you got to depend on your defense.
Without tackling nobody or nothing like that.
I mean, fans love to hit me with that one. And I always hit them with that.
Right.
Sino, I got a question. So, like, boxing's not, like, going on now. It's not going on right now, right? Like, I feel like, and it makes sense to me that I feel like the champions of boxing, I feel like they should, because the belts don't hold value. I feel like they should drop the belts because they're making the sanction bodies rich. They're making Alicia Suleiman and all them guys rich. What is it for? How much is it for them to hold the belt? Each sanction body, like each champ, like the WBO, the WBC. How much is it for them to hold the belt?
Well, it depends on what's the sanctioning fee and where they fight. Yeah, so that also plays a part in it too. But here's the thing: if you don't really have that choice to just say, "Hey, I'm finna up and drop the belt," because then they'll drop you out the rankings, and you don't want to even go down that route. And
there's a way back up.
Yeah, you make a whole new problem if you want to sanction bodies, especially.
How you gonna tell a guy that
they don't hold value though? So the belts don't hold value at all.
Well, they kind of do in the history books when they say, "Well, he was the WBC world champion." They ain't gonna say, "Well, he was the guy that could have been the champ, but he gave away all the belts."
Do they still pay the sanction fees even though boxing's not going on right now?
Yeah, I mean they pay sanctioning fees in their regular fights now. You see, they've changed all that. If you fighting under a WBC sanctioned fight, you're gonna pay a sanctioning fee. If it's a fight in the rankings, you're gonna be paying a sanction.
Even though the boxing's not going on right now, do they still have to pay those sanction fees?
Well, no, not now because there's no fights going on. You only pay the sanction fee when you have a bout. Right, the sanctioning fee comes out when the bout is over. That's separated right then and there. You know, before you get your money, that's already going in there.
Yeah,
so
I don't know, man. That's in my opinion. I feel like the belts don't even hold value because they're not even real gold. It's not even real gold. It's like, you know,
costume jewelry.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it ain't about that. It's legacy. You know, it's part of you going down in history.
Well, yeah.
As being a champion and a list of people who were champions long before you. So that's what they've been working hard for their whole life is to hold that belt. Some want that green and white belt. They want that green belt. They're like, I gotta get that green belt.
Yeah.
Even when you lose the belt, they send you one in the mail. and you keep that forever.
But
Yeah, that's why Tyson grabbed his and like, this is trash. He said that's trash.
And,
Yeah,
guys,
he still got a legacy.
ain't Al Hammond trying to start his own PBC belt?
I mean, he can. I mean, the thing is he can crown himself PBC champion all you want, but he can't really defend it nowhere but PBC. So that ain't gonna make sense.
Well,
because the thing is people. Is it like PBC is a company you're gonna fight for, or is it just a network, or what is it? An umbrella? Everybody want to see the best fighters fight the best. They don't care what company they work for. Errol Spence should be fighting Terrence Crawford. That's the fight people want to see. But they want to see first, is Errol even, functional, and he's all right. So this Danny Garcia fight that's supposed to happen, that's still coming up. So now that's just going to be postponed, and everything's going to kick back off in boxing in about a couple of weeks.
Terrence Crawford gonna fight Pacquiao. Pacquiao gonna fight Terrence Crawford.
I don't know. It might happen. It might not. Manny right now is looking for the highest bidder. He's probably going to fight one more time and get out the game.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. He's fighting because he was broke. He had no choice. Unfortunately, he has a very high standard of living. And he got all these people he take care of. And then his wife, she's used to a lifestyle of spending a lot of money now. So she's going out fighting.
And then he had to pay taxes to the Philippines too.
Well, yeah, well, he's a politician. So he's vice governor. And then now Jenny, his wife, just got elected in the office. She was elected. She's like a vice governor or a congresswoman. He's congressman, vice governor. They both in the politics.
Jinky.
Even though before this pandemic happened, I feel like we weren't getting the best fights. There was a lot of this cherry picking going on. So
but we got some decent fights. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We got decent ones.
Yeah.
But the problem is that some of the guys are not trying to make things happen the way they should. And that's the problem. I think a lot of guys are guarded. They're not letting certain people come to the table to make the fights happen. They're blocking like Anthony Joshua Wilder should have happened by now. I already said
let me ask you,
we're gonna lose. They are not good enough to keep winning and beating guys. They trying to milk it and to make it bigger and bigger. I'm like, these ain't the kind of guys that can keep winning fights. You getting lucky. Somebody gonna lose. And sure enough, Joshua lose, then Wilder lose. And now I'm like, okay, now if they fight each other, y'all done lost about 25 million. Some people are still y'all done took about a 25 to 30 million loss on the interest of the fight.
Exactly. Once they fought some real boxers.
Man, I feel like whenever Tank Davis contract is up, he's not gonna resign back with Floyd, because I know you seen going back and forth, him and Devin Haney going back and forth online.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is Floyd just like, man, I don't take no sides. He's like, they're not even in the same weight class. Devin is bigger than him. Exactly. Devin fights at 140. He fights at 130 and 135. So it's like, if you want to fight him one day, oh well, but I'm just passing my knowledge on. He's like, kid asking for help, and I'm working with him. That's the thing about him. 1 minute he loves Floyd, 1 minute he hates Floyd. He's just like Adrian Broner, man. Those dudes just love money. Yeah. Adrian Broner out here talking about, man, I'm twin now. I'm back to a rap. I'm a full-time rapper. Unless they got my 10 million, I ain't coming back. I'm a rapper.
Okay.
Exactly. Like that knockout from Marcos Maidana should have humbled his ass.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, you got whooped by Pacquiao. I'm talking about you won.
And Pacquiao.
You ain't win one damn round.
I can't remember the last fight he even won, man.
That was the last fight he was in. Yeah, we can't even think of the last time he actually won a real fight.
Paulie? Didn't he fight Paulie?
Yeah, he barely won that.
Exactly. That's it.
Right.
Don't even get me started with that damn schmuck Paulie. That damn bullshit talking about Black Lives Don't Matter bullshit. That damn don't even get me started with that.
We don't need to
We understand that.
Damn, Paul.
Did y'all hear what Wayne said? Y'all hear what Wayne said about the whole thing?
I never heard him say that.
That's crazy.
When did Paulie say that?
Man, Paulie said that weeks ago, man. He said that like 3-4 weeks ago, about a month ago.
Oh man, I gotta go check up on that.
Yeah, man, you better get in tune with it.
And Lil Wayne said don't blame the cops. Lil Wayne said don't blame the cops.
Man, Lil Wayne knows some BS anyway. So
Lil Wayne's a drug addict, man.
I don't think he said don't blame the cops. I heard what he said, but I ain't heard him say don't blame the cops. He's saying like don't blame all cops.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about like don't blame all the cops.
I mean, yeah, I understand that,
but then he also saying some stuff like you know, like he out of it, but he already just said some stuff 3 years ago. I'm like,
exactly.
Well, like, dang, I ain't a part of none of that.
I ain't like that. All that. Yeah.
Who care about what a drug addict rapper gotta say, man?
That's what I'm saying. That was set up. They set all that up. They knew what Lil Wayne. Wayne didn't even know he's being set up. Fat Joe set him up. They put him up there. They knew what Wayne was gonna say. They know Wayne's affiliation already. Wayne was saved by a white cop. He shot himself in the chest as a young kid, being stupid, playing with guns. Wow. Shot himself in the chest.
Yeah. Almost killed himself.
Yeah. Yeah, and a white cop saved his life. Yeah. And ever since then, he's been like, you know, we gotta judge everybody normally because this white cop could have just let me die. He ain't have to save me, you know, and he saved my life by just doing his job.
Well, them drugs, he ain't gonna
change the fact that
anyway.
Doesn't change the fact that them as a whole don't give a fuck about you anyway. Excuse me.
Do you guys think? Let me ask you a question. Do you guys think the riots will slow down the sports coming back and stuff like that, like basketball?
No,
because you know the riots.
That's why I don't really get involved. I'm into this. I try to tell people at One Correct News exactly what's going on because this is a setup. And you know they got piles of rocks out there, bricks right by the building.
On pallets.
You know, it's like who put those there? You know, so they can say, "Hey, cool, somebody got bricks for me, thanks." Oh, look, I got.
And they always their police car to get put on fire.
Brooklyn, they got fucking. They talking about police cars getting burned down. I'm like, how does police cars getting burned down? I don't see nobody running with torches and shit burning them down. Like, what the fuck? What's going on?
You know, that just happened here in Chicago a few hours ago. You heard about it? The Amber Alert with the curfew and the 9 to 6 curfew.
I don't know what email.
Yeah, of course I got it. Yeah,
man, they really trying to kick off the real martial law, man.
Of course they are. Of course
they are. That's what they're saying.
They didn't. You saw what happened with the tank and the girl, and they shot the kid. They coming down the tank and they told everybody to get in the house, and they just turned around and shot him.
Yeah. Greg Floyd. I seen that video. I said, "Oh my God, son!" I almost cried. Like I'm a man. I was like, "Oh my God!" I wanted to cry. Like I was like, it's like literally a tear came down my eye. Like that shit was like, you can't stomach the video. Like you can't.
This is not organized. Bringing awareness and destroying property is not bringing awareness. You got people mixed in that's there on an agenda that's out there doing crimes. Like you got undercover officers dressing up like they out there protesting, and they out there.
I personally agree. I personally agree with going to the nigga crib and you feel me and create havoc in his crib. You understand? Like they did, and not havoc in the city. I'll be at his crib every fucking day. Like you understand? Like. And he not going to sleep for the night. They gotta keep the 100 cops out there. You understand? Every night. You understand? That's what I would do. I would be smart.
Yeah, I mean nobody's getting around saying, "Look, we gotta come up with a solution now." Because I'm like,
burn down the city.
How many times you gonna march? Exactly. I'm like, you marched when Trayvon Martin. You marched this time. You marched that time. What happened after the march?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Gardner.
No laws are changing. Nothing is happening. You got body cams and people still getting murdered. They tell you right now they don't care about your body cam and nothing else. So what is the problem? What is the scenario?
We just see them body us in camera. That's it now.
The problem is you have not tried to address the real problem. The real problem is the police that seem to be doing this seem to not look like you, don't come from where you come from, and they're policing you. Why don't, instead of joining a gang, everybody get together and go join the police academy?
Oh yeah, exactly.
You get to carry guns for free then.
Man,
so
if we
ain't going to jail for you. Go join the police academy. Go kill cops and police your own neighborhood.
Yeah.
But the more they got people that look like you in there, and you moving up the ladder, and you changing, more of those, less of those guys are out there on the streets.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
But
they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna do that. They're not gonna fix it. They're not gonna fix the problem. You want to fix the problem? Get the people out of office. You can go in there and make sure the police superintendent go. You want to go and protest something? Protest and have the names of the people you out there protesting. You trying to talk about just arrest these cops? Who is that cop's boss? Who trained
exactly?
Them? What's going on with the state's attorney and who they getting out there? The police lieutenant, the chief, everybody who's responsible gonna lose the job. Everybody ahead of them, because that was us. That's exactly what they would do to us. They'll go above our head. Everybody above us is gonna get fired for having us, for just employing us. That's how they do.
How about a Minnesota cop? A Minnesota cop in that same fucking city accidentally shot a white woman and got 12 years for that shit right now. He's doing 12 for that. You feel me? A cop. He's black. He accidentally shot a white woman. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
And he's doing 12.
The thing is, man, we all need. If we could just come together, man, we can overthrow this whole system, man. Like
overthrow. See, that's the thing. If we overthrow, who gonna be in charge?
Right.
Yeah, we have the worst.
That's not the answer. Overthrowing one regime and you don't have any plans whatsoever.
No.
See, everybody don't have an action, they're just reacting. And when you reacting to stuff, you're not thinking. Nobody's thinking right now. They're just doing something because they don't know what to do. They haven't been educated. So they're just wilding. People just out in the streets wilding. They don't know, like, hey, we don't know what to do. I get to fight the police and not go to jail tonight? Good. So that's all they know.
Exactly.
Yeah, we will have to.
They don't know they're being used as pawns, and they're showing this on every station, CNN, and everything else. And what's happening now? Everybody back on lockdown. See, the Democrats want that.
Everybody back on lockdown.
The Republicans want the states back opened up. So now the city was open in Chicago for one day. Now they back shutting everything down. They see y'all can't have nothing open. No. Now we got to shut things down. Here come the National Guards. Now you back on curfew. Now you can't move. You got to do this. You got to do that. Now you back being controlled again by the system. So they can mess up the elections that's coming up June 9th. They tell you the dates too. June 9th, and then
we will have to be
why people don't understand. I'm saying my friends are saying the same exact thing.
People don't see things down the road. You got to be able to organize. You got to start with steps. If you want the police department to change, instead of these young kids going and joining a gang, tell them to go join the police academy. Nobody want to be a cop. No, I don't want to be no cop. Yeah, well, okay, then they're going to hire KKK, former KKK, still KKK members to be cops. And then they're going to be policing you. And they get paid a pension and salary and retirement. They got all the benefits that you could have been getting to take care of your family to protect your own neighborhood. But nobody wants to be a cop. No. So therefore, this is the scenario. They know you don't want the job, and they don't want you to have a job. The black cops that's there, they don't want them there. They don't want to put them as captain. If they do, they got somebody stepping on their neck. Superintendent try to control what he can tell the other officers to do, or he's gonna sit back and be buddy with the other cop and do what he want to do. If you tired of getting a boot in your head, because I've had black cops as worse as white cops. So if you don't want to boot in your head, tell them niggas saying, look, dude, if you want, instead of joining this gang and taking a gun, going to shoot up people that look like you, go join the police force, learn how to shoot, learn how to protect yourself, get a decent job, police your neighborhood. You can still carry a gun. Now it's legal. Now police your neighborhood. Go ahead. Now they ain't got to worry about you beating him up and putting your knee in his neck, right? You ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. Question, though. I'm gonna touch back on boxing a little bit. Do you think they'll have boxing fights like in the outside dome, like instead of inside, like outside dome?
Of course. 4th of July, Tyson's supposed to be fighting they try to do the Statue of Liberty. They can fight on the island and make it outdoors.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. I heard about that.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. That's my boy Shannon Brick. I don't want to see that. I don't.
Yeah.
He said, you can go ahead and be a cop. I'm good. Good. Then, okay. Don't complain when the cops bash your head.
Hey, Steph, man, I got your jersey on, man. I got your college jersey on.
Man,
do you think they'll be like in football stadiums? Because football stadiums, like
that's what I'm saying. What about football? Is anything coming back together? I'm gonna tell myself, is anything coming back together? Like any sports? Like what the hell? Besides, I only see in WWE. When?
Yeah, that's script.
All of this scene
saying black cheese, but still, he said no. You're talking about like one at a time. They got one black guy here, 2 black guys, and it's another guy on top of him holding his foot on his neck. But that's what I'm saying. Instead of getting one guy to go join the police academy and see how we got a protest of all those people, you send 200 people to go be cops. You send another 150 at this police academy. You go send all these brothers at the police academy. You see, we don't do that. It's only probably 1-2 brothers that go in there, and of course it's like moving to the suburbs where everybody white and you the only black guy. So you ain't making a change there. But if you have a community of brothers that's buying up the area, which I did on One Crack News, I showed you the Indians. I said, look at this. This guy owns 2 gas stations. His wife is a neurosurgeon. All these houses are 400,000 and up, and they own the whole neighborhood, all Western Indians. All of them, and they all know each other. They out there playing cricket with their kids, and they for building new properties on there, making new streets and everything. They're expanding on that land,
and that shows you they stick together. Something that we don't do.
Exactly, because they organized. They planned, and the majority of what they've done is education, knowledge, and ownership. Everybody in their household on that block owns something. The other person owns Dunkin' Donuts. The other person, they own a 7-Eleven and a gas station. The other one owns a Sitco. The other one's a doctor, the mechanical engineer, all through the houses of these Indian families, because they teach education and structure and they pass it on to their children.
Yeah,
and they all stick together because they have a plan. They know where they come from. They know their history. They know their heritage. They know where they come from. Nothing. They come from where sand is they ground. They didn't have concrete. They had dirt. They had no shoes. So they come from that. So coming up here, getting all this to them, that's like new stuff. So their education system is different. They know they way more advanced. And math, they know basically college math. By the time they get 9th grade, they finish with everything. They speak about 5 different languages before they even come here.
Mm-hmm.
and some
generational wealth
required. And when you go to school in your grammar school, it's required. You have to learn at least 5 languages.
And of course, learning from these crackers, you went from learning shit over here. Excuse my language again.
Yeah.
So,
well, the educational system was not around us.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Is football season starting back in August?
Football season is not going to slow down one bit. They everything is on pace. Keep going the way it is.
Yeah.
It's just that in the preseason, you might not see people in the stands. By that time, you know, when the regular season starts, they might start having a plan in place where fans could come in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by that time.
The
city will be open by that time.
They gonna have them fans in NFL and college football. You better believe it.
So the guy on CNN, Don Lemon, he airing out Ellen, Oprah, Tyler Perry, all these people staying quiet, and told him in private, like, look, we ain't going public because they don't want to mess up their business.
Lemon's a bitch.
Well, of course, you know, he's part of the Skittles crew. So.
Of course.
Well,
I rather listen to Willie D. You know, Willie D.
And that's why
Willie
we can't
D
come
says
together because we done bow down to them with dead white men's faces on it. Bow down to the money.
Well, the thing about it is, it's more than just bowing down to the money. People are not organized.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what it is.
That's the thing. If I can't follow you if you don't have a plan. You can give a good speech all you want and say what all the problems is, but if you ain't talking solutions to the problem, then what are we doing? We just talking. I mean, we've done this already. When Trayvon Martin died and everybody marched and the cops got off, right then and there, the plan should have been in place. Look, we got to stop this. How many more?
George Zimmerman just walked
because of fear.
Look, George Zimmerman just walked right out the court. Nothing happened to him. He be taunting people online. Like I'm like, what the hell?
McDonald in Chicago.
How come nobody put no change in his head?
Because of fear. That's why.
He might come out and taunt us again, like on some shit. I'm like, yo, how come niggas didn't put no change on his head or something like that, my nigga? Like,
hey, Sino, what'd you say?
Fear.
You were saying something.
For years, man.
Yeah, I was saying that we were talking about how they didn't change like everything. You know, when all of this was going on back then, nobody did nothing. Like nobody changed no laws. Nobody had a plan in place. All you did was see people come in and march and try to use it as an opportunity to make themselves important. Jay-Z, he come in, he get these extensions in his hair. Now he's an activist. He's walking and walking down the street to promote himself. You see, they use this for themselves. He coming out with documentaries. You know, it's like, yo, this is what happened in the prison with him, and I'm gonna bring all this to HBO. It's like, so you gonna pocket the money? Yeah, we know.
People who know Jay-Z and how he is, you know he on some on his own.
He's another one that bowed down to the money.
Exactly.
Bow down to them.
Right. They took Dylan Roof to him, whatever, but everybody was getting off. But we were talking about Laquan McDonald in Chicago. The guy got shot up so many times by the cops. Everybody was, even though he might look like he was PCP'd out, they over excessively shot the man, and his partners lied and covered it up, and they didn't even get charged. They went to court. They gave him 10 years for that. Then the guy who actually did it got 10 years, and the buddies they got let off the hook.
Wow.
At least they did some time. In Eric Gardner case, they do no time. They choked him out right there and then.
And what was the results of that? From all the marching, all the T-shirts, all the Black Lives Matter movement, what happened? There was no plan. All the celebrities came out and spoke out and said enough is enough. They said enough is enough then. They said enough is enough then. They saying it now.
I can't breathe.
Enough.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not this one. I'm not gonna lie.
like,
this one was extra.
Honestly,
Like that. That cat looked like he wanted to kill him right then. You could see right in his face, like he wanted to.
It's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, just look. Last week, a week ago, they just shot the jogger. They just shot him. They just one white lady just told the black guy, "Look, he trying to hurt me because he was out there told her to put a dog on a leash." Then you got another white lady who drowned a kid and said two black guys kidnapped a kid. Then the other guy said he was kidnapped by two black men because he got caught in the hotel room cheating on his wife.
And it shows how much Esau hates Jake right now. All right, that just goes to show you how much Esau hates us, man. All right, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I feel like when like we all should like come together, and there should be. I feel like it should be 4 leaders. One on the south, one on the east, and the west. You know what I'm saying? Like so on and so forth. It should be 4 leaders in each region.
It's not gonna happen.
You know,
who gonna elect that? Nobody gonna like the leader.
Not gonna happen, exactly.
You know that? Who gonna say they the leader? No, you get a structured plan in place.
Yeah,
guys that's gonna be supposedly the leader, and then they ain't gonna follow nothing.
Exactly. Brothers
Most don't want a celebrity to be represented too. They're gonna want a celebrity or athlete to represent it in each region.
Right.
No, I'm talking about
like
we all for. No, I'm not even talking about no celebrity. I'm just talking about us.
Some celebrities came out though, LeBron and the rest of them. LeBron said something.
No, you just somebody that can organize. Okay, they had all the Cornell West. They had Merritt Farrakhan. They had all them to call them the leaders. And they all got together and they came up with all these ideas and plans, and they had us ask questions. It was right here in Chicago, like all the leaders, all the professors, all the black professors.
Dyson.
We met at
Chicago.
Yeah.
What about if you?
And
let
we
me
all
ask you a
had
question. What about if you?
And they
what about?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
What about the cop? You kill somebody, you go to jail, or you do life? He did kill the man. Why did you do life?
You're not in a position yet to make that law. You see what I'm saying? You're saying it in the power of changing a law that makes that the law, but every state has their own law.
Yeah.
So it's entirely different from state to state, and the police law is different from civilian law. It shouldn't. Murder should be murder, but they have their own day in court. They don't go to the same general population as regular, regular people because they can't do that. They go to cop jail.
What you saying about this?
He probably go with the area where the Aryan nation is at. You know what I'm saying? That's where they would probably be at.
The thing is that we were in Chicago State and we were all there, all the leaders, and they had us answer the questions, like ask questions to the world leaders that were sitting there. And all the leaders that were sitting there, you get to come up and ask questions. And I asked them, I said, who declared you guys the leaders? They cut that off the whole telecast. They cut that every question. Everybody asked a question. I had one question. Who said you were the world leaders?
Just move it off.
I really wanted to know who declared, who took a vote and said you guys are going to be the leaders of the world. I wonder if that's on YouTube. I got to go look up and see if they got that world at Chicago State. All right, see if they got me on there. Somebody got the unedited version. Me saying, who said y'all were the leaders?
You said it just like that.
Like what?
Who elected y'all to be the leaders? That dude smashed the microphone so quick for me. It was question. I was like, man, I just wanted to know. I ain't trying to cause nothing. I just want to get people to think. Who elected you to be our leaders?
Right.
And I'm like, that's
who was our black leaders? Really? Like
none. No, everybody had ideas that were unrealistic. Farrakhan made the most.
What did he say?
Farrakhan made the more sense, him and Cornel West, but everybody else was delusional about what could happen and what we need to do. They talking fantasy. I'm like, fantasy time is over. We need something concrete. We need a plan. Put it in place. What we got to do. Who we got to vote out of office. What's going on? Give us some direction.
You know, a lot of black people. You know, a lot of black people died from COVID-19. A lot of black people, you know. It's like
allegedly. You know, I don't buy none of that stuff. They go there and give you something. You be dying from all
allegedly, yeah.
Exactly.
Allegedly, because everything is COVID-19. Everything they label everything COVID-19.
Right, that's why people ain't going to the doctor. They're not even doing. They're not even allowed. The doctors at the morgue, they're not even allowed to do an autopsy on the body.
Exactly.
So
you
they
know,
don't.
Chicago, and I'm in New York. It's like they say. The hospitals are full in New York. Like you're gonna go in there. Oh my God, son! I'm not going in the hospital. No way, no how, son. People, no way, no how.
Yeah.
But they know you're
My
gonna
wife.
see you're not gonna see what you think you finna see. It already happened overseas.
Right.
The doctor, before he knew that he wasn't supposed to do the autopsy, he did the autopsy, and it showed what had happened to the. It was bacterium that's blocking your bloodstream, and your blood is clotting. It causes your blood to clot. It's some type of bacterium that causes your blood to clot, and normally gives you a heart attack or makes it hard to breathe on your lungs.
What about like real question? Carl Anthony Towns, like his mom died from it, and Kevin Durant. Are they gonna allow him?
See, when you have other health complications, it's gonna magnify that and make it more. Like if you have respiratory problems, this definitely gonna make it worse. So when you go in there, you might not come out.
Yeah, like Fred the God.
Well, are they gonna allow them, Kevin Durant and Carl Anthony Towns to get back into like basketball, playing basketball games with other players and stuff like that? And
Towns never had it. He never had it. His KD, he should be able to come back next season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rudy Gobert.
Patrick Ewing just too.
Even though they gotta come back, they also had players that tested positive, so they have to introduce them back into the team too. You know what I'm saying? It's a long process.
Did you hear about it? Doctor had came out and said that Tyson Fury had something in his gloves.
Oh, I can't
cover this crap.
I don't believe nothing they saying when they talking about that. There's been so many lies told that the brothers can't accept that he just got beat. So I can't accept nothing that's coming out from over there. Man, the dude had on a big old thing and it broke his legs before he got in the ring. His knees was messed up. I'm like, man, look, dude. I saw Tyson Fury step to this dude and beat this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's it. He got beat. And that's just all to it. I don't know about his legs gone or whatever. He couldn't. All he had was a right hand. He couldn't land it. He got it.
Because he has yet to improve since the first fight. He never improved.
He can't box.
The same.
Plus, Fury is a hard guy to really hit. He's a cagey guy, and now he already knows what you want to do. He's been in the ring with you already.
Yep.
He knows you ain't finna throw no jab. He knows you're not finna go to the
body. Fight again, he gonna do the same thing. He gonna do the same exact thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
He can't beat him.
Yeah, he knows you're not gonna throw a jab. You know you're not finna go to the body. You know you're not finna defend. You know what I'm saying? It's easy work.
He don't throw a legitimate jab. I mean, a consistent jab. That's the first thing I noticed about Deontay Wilder. I'm like, wow, no jab. I'm like,
of course. Like, I know you heard about
Deontay Wilder.
Hold on, real quick. I know
his water was spiked.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Fred the Godson.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I heard about that.
I think Fury knew he couldn't beat him. Fury knew he couldn't beat. Wilder knew he couldn't beat Fury after the first fight.
Of course.
He knew he can. You know, he went in there, just took the money, but took a beating.
Yeah, well, he can get 30 million more and lose again if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you heard about what Deontay Wilder said about questioning Mike Tyson's resume.
But do y'all think that Spence and Crawford ever gonna happen? I don't think so.
No,
yeah, I don't think that fight will ever happen.
What fight?
Spence and Crawford. I don't think it's gonna ever happen.
I think it'll happen.
I think it'll happen, but it'll be too little, too late. Both of them be out their prime.
Well, let me see. They still young.
What Crawford? What 32?
No, I don't think Crawford on 32.
Like 30. I think he like 30.
Yeah.
Oh, 30? I thought he was 32.
Yeah, well, he's in the prime of his condition right now. So the fight happened in about a year. I think they're gonna, because these two actually really want to fight each other. So because Errol know he ain't gonna never be considered no champion if he didn't beat Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford, he ain't gonna never, for some reason, they ain't gonna give him his respect until he beat Errol, and he want to beat Errol. So, and he will beat Errol. That's just it. Errol's too one-dimensional.
Yeah. Terrence got a strategy. He strategized. He know what he's doing.
Yeah, but he
got good footwork too.
Yeah, but have you heard about what Deontay Wilder said about questioning Mike Tyson's resume, saying like who did he beat? He beat nobody.
Right, that's just him talking. It's like, why are you questioning somebody else's resume whose resume is already done? Mike Tyson is famous, more famous than you right now. He's worldwide known. He can go anywhere on this planet, and they know who Mike Tyson is. His resume is done. So why are you even questioning who he fought? And I want to question. You're not even in that category. See, this is what happened when you get caught up in yourself. Because we knew Deontay Wilder. Me, Sean, we all know Deontay Wilder. So Sean talked to him. They used to talk and go over Bible scriptures because his father's a pastor. So he's always been that guy. Then the money started coming in, and then he started changing. And then he changed his number. I had his number. I used to text him like, "Hey man, good fight," or you did well. He'd be, "All right, thanks, brother, man. Brother, black love, we gonna stick together," and all that. And him and Fred got close. The barbershop conversation got, that's like, his guy there and all that stuff. But I'm like, why is he doing exclusives with Ellie Setback instead of Fred?
Right.
It's all about black power and black man and all this, but the brothers got to come together. Why you get that exclusive to the white dude then? Because you know why? Because he gonna do what he's supposed to do.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'm like, you gonna go against Fight Hype, who's black owned. They black owned, and you gonna diss Fight Hype because they the only guy that came out to cover your event, your training thing. Everybody else was at the zone weigh-in for that YouTube fight with that Jake Logan thing.
Yeah.
And he had an open training day, and nobody from the media showed up to go watch him fight. He didn't bring that up once. That none of them dudes came to outlets to check him out while he was training. But he gonna let Fred do it, and then Fight Hype actually sent somebody out there, spent money to send a guy out there to go and watch for him, and he gonna say we don't trust. We don't want you here. He's like, you got an open media day, and we're the only people that showed up, and you don't want us to cover for you. That shows you how dumb the people are that's around him. But he like yes men, and that's why he lost, because he got a bunch of yes men. He got Malik Scott, who basically can teach him diddly squat, and he know it. He just there to get a check, so he can take naked pictures with his girl on Instagram. That's all he want to do all day. And those are the weirdest pictures I've ever seen in my life. I'll be like, what the hell are they trying to do? What the hell wrong with these people?
Exactly. Keep that between y'all.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Cino, real quick, fantasy fight. I got one for you.
Cookie crumble sometimes.
I got one for you real quick. Okay. This might be awkward a little bit. I don't know how this will match up. But in that prime, who do you think will win, Muhammad Ali or Lennox Lewis?
Ali would beat Lennox Lewis easy.
He's stationary.
Why you
Lennox
say that?
Lewis stationary.
Yeah,
Okay.
very stationary. Ali got the height, and he got a faster jab, more active jab, and he's got the height. I mean, that's the thing. Lennox Lewis would telegraph most of his punches. He's not that mobile. He was just big.
Yeah. I always said
Ali would stop him late.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Really, Bo would have beat Lennox Lewis.
I thought so too. Because Riddick had more dog in him. Riddick was so knocked out.
Oh yeah.
That's why Oliver McCall knocked his teeth down his throat when he fought him from Chicago.
Yeah.
Damn.
That second fight, it was weird. Me and my pops
he was having a mental breakdown in the fight.
Yeah. Me and my pops was talking about that. I came like to the Hilton one time, you know what I'm saying? And my he saw Oliver McCall. He was on that. He said something to my pops, and he was like, "Man,
do you think he'll be
like, man, I ain't going to
like the heavyweight? He'll be an undisputed champion. Do you think he'll ever be like one champion, have all the belts?
Tyson Fury, he finna do that once he beat Joshua.
Yeah. All you gotta do is fight the same way you fought Wilder.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He can easily beat Joshua and them. They don't know how to box.
Exactly.
That's the thing. He knows how to box. He's like, oh, this is easy because I can box.
Right.
And I'm big. So these dudes can't really get to me like they can get to these little dudes they've been knocking around.
Yeah. And plus, Joshua fights scared.
AJ trash.
And now, homeboy off that juice, Joshua. So
right.
Yep.
Juicing like he made Holyfield, dude.
And you look at
the type of fighter. He got up.
him and that Dillian White. He another one that's trash.
Yeah, another one on the juice. All these juiced up bums from the UK.
Yep.
You look at a lot of the fighters that Mike Tyson fought versus Deontay Wilder's fighters.
Oh, of course.
It's like, come on, man.
Of course.
Them guys would have beat you too.
Yeah, Larry Owens would have beat his ass. Excuse my language, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but those guys use the jab. You know, they work around the jab. Larry would have got on them toes, bounced around, pop, bam.
Exactly.
Yeah, hit him with that right hand, that Everlast.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Everlast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like Lennox Lewis would have
beat him.
Buster Douglas would have beat him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Michael Spinks would have beat him.
Deontay Wilder beat Fury this third go around. Do you think
ain't gonna happen?
Him and Joshua ever fight?
I think definitely they'll fight because they're gonna definitely try to get that money because they know that's the big money fight. Eddie Hearn want that money, and now he's seen Wilder New York too. And now he know like AJ, you can just crack this guy, and he gonna fold.
Yeah,
you gotta so that's all he needed to see.
Yeah, AJ gonna run around the damn ring like he did.
Yeah, he's running from Big Boy. That's why they had an exercise ring in there. I was like, that's the world's biggest ring. And Big Boy, they've been giving him so much money and food. Man, he was like, man, I can't keep
down, man. Brother,
they did him like Roberto beat
He took a dive, man, on that second fight.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
He got that money.
Yeah, he had too many tacos and pizza and all that other stuff. Then now he didn't, and he had embarrassed himself, and now he down to like doggone 210. But Bob Arum, it don't happen. Right? Yeah, he Canelo, he about to like 210. He lost like 40 pounds.
Wow. Damn.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Oh yeah, you got to see him now. He is slim. He's serious.
Yeah, because I know what's going to say he would train him on Teddy Atlas said he'll train him, but
yeah, he working with Canelo team now. He over there in San Diego. But yeah, Bob Arum told me about him, and he's like, "This is the problem I had with him the whole career. I had him." He's like, "He was great. He was winning fights, but we can't move him up because he a balloon up in weight, And in between fights, he have a big fight. We trying to get him in another fight. He ain't ready to go because he out of shape.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
But if let me ask you another question.
Crazy.
So if Mike Tyson had the had his same crew around him like before Don King,
I kind of feel like
real quick, do
Tank,
you think Lennox Lewis would
Tank,
have still beat him?
like he said that Floyd was an op or whatever. He feels some kind of way as far as Floyd training Devin Haney, and Devin Haney not even signed to him at all. So Tank feeling some kind of way about it, you know.
Well, Tank always feel like that. Tank is just weird. One day he like Floyd, the next day he mad at Floyd. Tank is his own problem. He don't have no discipline. One fight he fights great, and he come in and shape. The next one, Tank his whole fight is against the scale. If he can make the fight, then we'll see a great fight if he's serious. But he got to be down on the cards. Like he got to be like, man, dude, if you blow this fight, that's it. Then he come in and do what he's supposed to do. Then everybody like Tank the man. Then next thing you know, the next fight he gonna be a dud because he finna come in there. You couldn't beat a guy on one leg. Dude tore his doggone ACL, went 12 rounds with you in the first round.
Exactly.
Because you trying to knock him out with one punch. And dude was like, man, if I had my leg, I'd have tore him up. I'd have got him.
Exactly.
I'm like Gamboa.
Oh yeah, you rigged this Gamboa. I remember
that anyway.
Yeah. Gamboa's washed.
Yeah. Now what you were saying, Nicholas?
I was saying, if Mike Tyson had the same people around him that he had before Don King got with him, do you think he would have beat Lennox Lewis?
Before, like if he had Rooney?
Yeah, if he had
like
Rooney.
Kevin Rooney and would he have beat Lennox Lewis? Yeah, old Mike Tyson would have beat Lennox Lewis. I mean, when he fought Lennox Lewis, that wasn't Tyson. That was a Tyson that just took the money. He had been inactive for a while. That was the thing. He wasn't a Mike Tyson that was active.
Yeah.
They was just trying to make sure he didn't blow the fight.
Yeah.
So they got this mega fight going. He was just doing it for the money. Then Tyson was not Tyson at all at that time. They had him going around the world fighting people in other countries. He was just doing like sideshow events to getting $2 and $3 million. Shelly Finkel, man, that was the dumbest thing Mike ever did was lead Don. He's like, he let them trick him out of his money. He's like, he let these white boys tell him I was robbing him so that he can go ahead and get these other guys. He's like, when he was with me, he had 300 million. He fighting for 30, 40 million a fight. Now he fighting for 3 and 2 million. What's wrong there?
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, see, you
need to do a story on that.
Yeah, I'm robbing.
The truth behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I never got
what you kind of gonna fight? Is Charlo gonna fight Demetrius Andre? Man, I'm tired of him ducking him,
man. Charlo ducked everybody. They eye candy. That's all they are. They just want to be looked at as they want to be like reality show stars more than boxers.
They all talk, man.
Right? They fighting people in the club right now. Jamal Charlo done beat up somebody.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. So now he might have to go to court behind that. I still don't know what's up. Somebody from Houston, I think Sean told me. So they got to figure out what's going to happen there with that. But that's what I'm saying. They too busy fighting outside the ring, instead of doing what they're supposed to do.
Like you said, discipline.
He ain't fought nobody. He been at middleweight for about 2 years and ain't fought not one middleweight.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
the only person he fought was Tony Harrison. That was it.
No, that's Jamel. I'm talking about Jamal. The brother.
Yeah, Jamal.
Jamel, right. Tony Harrison was supposed to be the warm-up for her. And he couldn't beat him. And then he gonna do this thing in the corner with they switching bottles and stuff. I'm like, whoa, what's going on over there in that corner? I'm talking to the commissioner. You saw I did that interview with the commissioner?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I interviewed the commissioner because they know that was messed up. So we might have to make a new rule. You got to make a new rule.
You messed up. They know what they doing, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, I'm Charlie. Yeah, he ain't fought. No, but you're right, man.
Right. They could have been fought Andrade. They were like, man, I tried to fight him one time. I'm like, yeah, but Andrade's another idiot. because he's another guy that keep chasing behind money. He gonna sign with Rock Nation, gonna call off a fight, run over there and fight. He's like, I ain't finna fight Charlo under them conditions. He's like, they made me put me on the undercard against Charlo on an Al Heyman promotion. My manager and everything, I already know they got it railroaded for me to lose to him. So I ain't finna whoop that guy. I gotta come in on an even playing field. He might have been right about that. When he's like, dude, we ain't even signed the contract and they already advertising the fight. Like, dude, what is you doing? We ain't even agreed to nothing yet. So he went and talked to his manager. He said, no, we ain't doing that fight. No, that's fishy. So he went and signed with Rock Nation because Rock Nation that time came out with Rock Nation Sports and they was just buying up. And I'll tell you, man, boxing game is like it's like the stripper business. The wrestlers, boy, when they see that money, everybody be daddy. All them fighters went running over to Rock Nation. They ain't had no idea how to run no damn boxing club.
No.
They messed up Kodo's career. I'm like, y'all messed up Kodo's career, man.
But didn't they have Andre Ward at one time? They had Andre Ward, right?
Yep.
I think
and it's
so.
like,
they had Ward. Yeah, they had Ward. I remember.
And it's like after he left, it's like they ain't know what to do.
They didn't know what to do, period. They had no plan.
Yeah.
They just thought, Jay, you can get in there, Rock Nation Sport. We're going to jump in boxing and make it pop. We're going to give Kodo. They got with Kodo, man, had to pay Kodo all that money, and they messing up the fights and the promotion. He's just like, Kodo's like, this is all screwed up. And then all they want to do is cash him out against Canelo, and that's all they did. They just, we're going to put you in the ring with Canelo, and he was like, man, the whole promotion, Kodo's like, y'all doing this wrong. I'm supposed to come here. This supposed to be done already. That's done. And he was like, oh, yeah, they can work on it. He working on it. Then Kodo's like, how the hell I know what to do? I know more than the people that's supposed to be doing it. He's like, I've only done this like 50 times. I didn't fought. I didn't seen it already done. Then he got his own promotional company too. And he teamed up with Rock Nation because they were supposed to help him on the music side. He got some Puerto Rican artists, and then they was gonna do some cross promotion over in Puerto Rico, and they do some cards. Rock Nation can come over there and bring some of their artists over there, and they can perform. Right, so they had a bigger partnership than just Kodo fighting, and man, Rock Nation screwed all that up.
Wow.
So they got out of the business, I think, altogether now. I don't even know if they still in boxing.
Yeah, they did get out. Yeah, they got out.
Yeah, because I'm like, they losing so much money. They paying out all this money, ain't getting nothing in. They gonna sound rigging down. They don't know what the hell they doing, man. They like, y'all, they just coming to get a bag off y'all. Because y'all too to realize
a quick little bag, just like what 50 tried to do. Give a little quick little bag and get out.
Yeah, and then like Ryan Garcia, you got all these people. They social media champions. They on there. I'm gonna make myself hot on social media. I'll be like, dude, I'm like, dude, it don't work that way. You got a crew. I'm like, hey, your crew. Like I told this young fighter, I'm like, dude, you got all these people that follow you and your hanger-ons and pat you on the back. Yeah, dog. I'm like, have them run your social media. Why you over here running your social media and doing all this? Man, you can't get them access to the old passwords like that. Man, I got too many DMs coming in. I can't have my boys coming in my DMs like that. I said, dude, not your personal account. Start you a fan one. Right, fan page account. Let them run that. Give them something to do since they sitting around here just patting you on the back. You the best champ. Way to go. Give them something to do. Let them earn something. You just got them around. You doing both. I mean, now what sense do that make? You supposed to be training and fighting. You over here promoting yourself, hitting the bag, and I'm like, what you doing all that for? Like, that's somebody else's job.
Yep. That's crazy, man. Hey, see, now I'm watching Penitentiary 3 right now.
Whoa, that's on.
it's on YouTube. I tried to find it, but I saw it on YouTube, so I'm looking at it right now. Penitentiary 3. I'm like, oh,
man. That was crazy. How he ended up back in jail. I'm like, how you go back? After all you just went through it, half dead. Everything else out there, the penitentiary would have never saw me again.
Yeah.
I'm like, he got a hard road, boy.
Every movie.
Yeah, Sweet got a rough go at it. Some gay billionaire wanted to get him in there so he could get him fighting again.
Yeah.
Give him some drug to go crazy in the ring. He beat some guy to death and they put him back in jail. It was the craziest of all of them.
I started laughing because he jumped up to punch the guy. I'm like, oh, funny, boy. I seen it years ago. I remember my dad, he when Blockbuster was in, he checked it out and we watched it back then. Yeah. I'm like, this movie is funny, man.
You got to believe. You got to believe it.
Oh man.
Man, that's not. I remember that movie like it was yesterday. I mean, he punched him. Remember the movie Martin when Tommy Hearns punched him out the ring? Yep. He got that for Penitentiary 3.
Yeah.
He knocked 2 Street all into the back wall, and he like crucified him like he was Jesus.
Yeah.
And then he falls down. I'm like, well, damn, I ain't seen nobody get hit out the ring like that. No,
had blood all on the wall. I'm like, man, this is
cross. I'm like, man. They didn't make this a whole crazy joke. I gotta find the first one again.
Yeah, Leon Isaac Kennedy wanted to be Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
Hey, seeing a question, doggone. You said that the bum and Adam's fruit slipper trying to get like 20 to 22 teams. What about the other 10, 12 teams? They just asked out.
Somebody ain't gonna be happy, Adam. That's what he told somebody. We can't make everybody happy, Adam. Somebody just gonna have to be happy.
Them 10 to 12 owners, they gonna want to vote his ass out.
Yeah.
Let him keep falling behind the bum.
And that's what I said, man. He need David Stern guidance now. He need him to be spiritually guiding him right now because this ain't what he's for. He ain't for this. He came in with the Donald Sterling situation, and he came out with his first act as commissioner. Was with Donald Sterling.
Mm-hmm. Now Donald Sterling, he gonna lose his damn job from behind the bum.
Yeah, and then the Donald Sterling thing is what built his credibility because he built everybody's net worth up by doggone Ballmer overpaying for the doggone Clippers, paying like $4 billion for the team.
I remember
that raised the value bar up of all the other teams. So they were like, "We getting all this revenue, but I'm like, those margins are fake. Those things that's just overinflated because he overpaid for the team to get rid of what's his name."
Sterling.
Yeah, to get rid of get Sterling out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to pay him off.
Wow.
So now that he gone and got Sterling out of there, but what about Sterling homies? Because he wasn't alone. He told you all the other owners the same way. And they know who they are. Reinsdorf. You got all of them. You can go to Chicago, get Jerry Reinsdorf. I mean, the last dance that showed you all that.
Yep. Like he got a facelift too, man. Like he had a facelift on that show. I'm like, his face looks different.
Of course, man. That's what Jerry do, man. Jerry he ain't about paying. He wouldn't pay the White Sox. He wouldn't want to pay Frank Thomas. He ain't want to pay nobody.
Yep.
They won the championship. He gonna give a damn about that. He's like, I don't bringing them players back. I got them for 1 year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's amazing. That's crazy, man. That's wild.
That's why he never hired B.J. Armstrong. See, the Last Dance need to really be the Last Dance.
Yeah,
like the Michael Jordan documentary. They should have just did the Last Dance. Talk about when you hired John Paxson in there over BJ, and John Paxson had no damn experience whatsoever. BJ was totally ready. He went to business school, had his license and everything.
Yeah, agent now.
Manager of the team. Y'all love him because he is smart and could do the job. And then John Paxson is the doggone commentator of the games, and he's like, I don't want to do this no more. He gonna tell Ron, getting up this early and coming in here rehearsing and all that for this. And he was like, "Oh, I want to be general manager. That job's open." He's like, "Well, BJ's, coming in. We thinking about hiring BJ." And he was like, "Oh, all right. Well, is it a solid thing?" He's like, "I don't know. Wait a minute. We'll revise it with everybody. I'm gonna talk to Kraus and see what they think, because he's stepping down. And we finna get a new GM in here. I'm gonna talk to the investors." Next thing you know, they come out and make an announcement because everybody's like, "Well, okay, they evaluating everything. It's still gonna be BJ's job." He come out, "Well, we gonna have 2 GMs, we gonna have John Paxson is the general manager and BJ gonna be like his assistant." And
that's the only organization that do that.
Right, BJ gonna work. He's like, "What do I need this guy here for?" So I'm gonna do all the work, but John Paxson finna get all my damn credit. So after that year, he did that job for a year. BJ just took that bread and said, "Okay." After 1 year, he was gone and said, "You know what?" He tried to become an owner NBA team. My other partner that I was in business with, Derek, he was one of the partners involved in that process. That's how I knew Scottie Pippen. He tried to buy an NBA team, Christian Laettner, and he lost $10 million. He borrowed $10 million to Christian Laettner, and Laettner still ain't paid him back.
Yeah, that's the properties down here, man. Them properties right here in Durham.
Yeah.
Them properties right here in Durham, because they that's where the I think that's where the players on scholarship stay.
Man, he would have about $10 million.
They invested together and
put up their money, right? And Scotty put up his $10 million, and they was all supposed to invest to buy a team, and they bid, got denied.
Yep.
They all came in there, so you're supposed to get your money back. Scotty never got
it back yet.
And then Christian Laettner, he like Laettner, like, "Where's my money?" And then Christian Laettner got it. That's the thing. He got the money.
To this day.
Because he's white. Because he
still ain't paid Scotty.
Oh boy,
they like, "We gonna have to sue y'all. We ain't think we gonna have to do it." Christian Laettner didn't give a damn. He ain't paying them. I'm like, he wouldn't have did that to Jordan.
Nah. He would have got it back the same day.
Yeah, so what PJ did is he went in. PJ Armstrong went and became an agent after that. And it's because he was saying, "Why am I going to sit there and be a general manager and help build a Bulls team?" Which he would have done. PJ would have had them a super team. He represented. He the one had Derrick Rose. He had everybody. So he brought Derrick Rose to the Bulls and he represented them and said, "Now you can't screw Derrick Rose because I'm here. I'm finna work with Reggie, his brother, and we both coming in, and here's Derek and this and that." So he was on it. He was, man, his clients tail list high. And he had Derek. That's why Derrick Rose and the Bulls had to pay Derek to keep Derek there. He knew what Derek was worth. You couldn't rob him, and he'd be damned if John Paxson was gonna do it. He was like, "I know your job, remember?" So he
consults. So BJ consults with him all the time with Derrick Rose. They real good friends.
Yeah, because he's still his agent. Derrick, BJ still representing. He got like 5, 6, probably 7 different clients. Even that work with Jordan Brand. He got. I saw him live try to steal the guy. The guy that plays. He could play the violin real good. He's the first musician signed with Jordan Brand. And he plays the violin, black guy. He played Beyonce song for Beyonce, "Fucking Love" on the violin in front of her. And they signed him. So they was like, "We can do a lot with him." So I was there when they signed him, and BJ tried to get him away from his manager. He was like, "You got talent. If you want to, you looking for management, yeah." And he slipped him his card. He already had a manager. He got to him and went around the manager. He did it real slick too. Here you go.
So them 10 to 12 teams or whatever, can't they get a government bailout since they're going to lose revenue?
I doubt NBA teams. I really doubt they're going to get a government bailout because the Lakers tried to pull that and they was like,
Hell,
yeah.
ain't no try. They did, but they got caught.
Yeah, they got caught in their hands. So right, it would be bad if the NBA try to do that. If they have a team do that, it's gonna look bad. So they'll take the hit, and what's happening is that the league gonna have to cover the losses.
Yeah, they're gonna have to, because I was just thinking that. I'm like, well, wait a minute, these 10 to 12 teams, they getting screwed, so they're gonna have to
getting 10 million, right? But they're looking at 10 million at a minimum per game with television money, so they need to have these games back on television because they're about to lose out on that revenue. So that's what they're really like. They focus is like, we got to get back to that because we can't lose that revenue at all. We are not changing.
So the 20 to 22 teams, are they gonna all be in Orlando or Orlando and Vegas?
All in Orlando now. They all gonna be in Orlando, and they're gonna play 8 regular season games. The games have been reduced down to 8. So they figure 8 games, the players should get back in shape before they start thinking playoffs.
So
and they
playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait, man.
Gonna be at Disney, or they gonna be in the
all of them be in Disney. They got a dome in Disney, and they calling it the bubble. Yeah, but they all gonna be in the bubble, and it's they gonna. All I know is they finna have basketball back. The vote finna come down this week coming up. So.
Oh yeah, because I know, because I'm in Orlando, so I know all about.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, I was so tired.
Right now, I'm supposed to be in Orlando. I'm supposed to be at Rachel's right now. Right, just getting out of Rachel's right now. Hanging out with my boy. And I'm like, Rachel's. I go to the one by the airport. I don't like the other Rachel's. I ain't know it was 2 Rachel's, so I was at the wrong one. I'm like, man, this place looks small. Then one stripper gonna get mad. She gonna get mad at me. I'm like, what you mad at me for? I'm like, I don't live here. I'm like, I'm just like, she was like, oh, so the girls, they better at that Rachel, at the other Rachel's, huh? I'm like, no, I don't know there's 2 Rachels. I'm just finding out right now. I'm looking for my boy John. I'm like, man, where's John at? What's going on? This place looks small. Where the hell am I? It says Rachel's. And I'm at the wrong strip.
Go ahead, go to Cleo's, man. Go ahead, go to Cleo's.
Cleo's. I don't even, man, that sounds crazy. I only go to Rachel's because I know like half the people there because my buddy worked there. He basically run the place. So I come there. I ain't paying no cover, none of that.
Cleo's is right beside the Cleo's is right down from the Citrus Bowl. You know, the Camping World now. It's called Camping World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the Citrus Bowl and you know the Amway, which is the Magic Arena, is across the street from that. You know, all that's in the hood, the ghetto, the hood. Yeah.
Right there.
But see, that's the thing. If I go over there, I gotta see because I think Orange County, they got this whole law where the girls gotta have their nipples covered up or something. There's some type of law where they gotta have these stickies on or whatever. So I don't know how that is at Cleo's.
Nah, Cleo, nah.
Oh, okay. So it's live. It must be a whole new district.
The protest thing today, downtown Orlando. Yeah, I was down there for that. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had it here too. They had it down. It was peaceful though. They didn't really do nothing. They went to the they walked to the police department downtown. Oh, and all the news was there, and they interviewed some people. North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Oh,
okay. Right. See, they did it the right way. See, that's how you do it. You know, other people, they looking for something to steal. You see on Instagram, I got all the people, they trying to make it like it's all the brothers. I got the picture in there. They showing the white people coming out with all the stuff on Instagram. This dude's stealing a mannequin. I'm like, now what the hell are you gonna do with this doggone mannequin? And I sent it to Donald Trump, tagged him in it. I shouldn't have did that now because my taxes ain't right. So I was like, wait a minute now. I'm doing too much. I gotta stop. Next thing you know, they gonna be IRS be at my door tomorrow.
look, man.
You know you gave you that.
Rumor have it, Donald Trump hauled his ass here in Florida, Central Florida, to the villages. That's where all the Republicans be at out there, in the villages, Florida.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he hauled his ass out there. All the Republicans be out there and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because out there it's like a city beside of a damn city. It's everything out there.
Yeah, because I be in Tampa all the time. You know, my mom.
Yeah, you know. Okay, you be in Tampa. Oh, you probably be out there. What, Ybor City?
Yeah, sometimes I've been out there, but Ybor didn't change, so I don't go out that way no more. I can't go to Ybor no more. There's all this rainbow stuff going on. Let me get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of Ybor City.
I saw in the news today, J. Cole and Dennis Smith Jr. You know, they from Fayetteville, so they were down there. They were marching with the people down there too, and they got a little bit rowdier down there. And in Raleigh, you know, the capital city, they did the same thing, and they marched a little bit. They broke in some places, CVS, and looted a little bit, but they kind of kept it kind of quiet. But it's still on the websites and stuff. You can find it.
Oh, okay. He said, do they still got Draft Orlando? What is Draft?
Still got
Draft Orlando?
Huh? Draft. I'm trying to think what you talking about. The draft. What you talking about? Do we still got draft on? I don't know. He gotta be more.
Right, AW. What you talking about?
Yeah. Draft. I don't know what he talking about. The draft. I don't know what he talking about.
Right. I'm like, I never heard of that place.
The draft. The draft. I don't know what he talking about. I'm trying to think. Draft. I don't know. But shoot. Yeah.
He said they destroyed my job downtown DC.
Wow.
Well, they was getting a little rowdy in Orlando today. They were getting a little rowdy down, but you know, I know one thing though, like the gangs and stuff, like the GDs and shit, like, you know, yeah, they ready, they strapped up, they AR-15s, they strapped up, they ready to kill.
Yeah, well, see, that ain't the way to go, because see, they're gonna use that as an example to start implementing different laws and everything else.
Yeah.
He talking about y'all still up. Man, you know me, I'm up all the time. Money never sleeps.
I try to stay up anyway because my wife get off at 7 in the morning, so I can't go to sleep until she come home. It's like, I want you here. Because, you know, she at the hospital.
How long you been married? I'll be like, shoot. I'm like, you talking like first year marriage. I'll be like,
I've been married since 2001. 2001.
Oh, okay. Shoot. I'm like, you talking like a first year of marriage. I'm like, I don't know what your secret is. You got the right one.
Yep. No more woman since high school, man. Since high school.
Oh man, see, that's what the thing is. When you get the ones from high school, those be the ones you're supposed to keep.
Yeah.
Y'all know everything about each other. They'd be like, look, you know everything about
yeah.
Yeah. You know all my friends, you know everybody. If I've been to anybody, she know them too.
Yep. Yep.
That's true.
Like, yeah, he was running around with them fools in high school, and I had my friends over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, my high school girl, we would have been all right. We would have made it, but she was just she didn't have vision. I was just like,
yeah.
And I can't blame her. I'm like 1 year older than her, but I was basically a senior and she was a sophomore. So when I graduated, she became a junior, and you know, I'm in college now. So now that's a whole different ride. And I was like, I came back for it though. I came back pulling up in the car, and she was just acting different, like I left her or something. I'm like,
now you know me.
I graduated. What you want me to do? Stay back?
See, now, man, when you coming back to Florida, man? When you coming back here?
I was supposed to be there now. I'm like, I can't come down there. The things change because I can't be in that house right now with my mom and my sister. They all paranoid, and you know, my dad. I feel bad for him. He's looking for somebody to help him.
Like come please, son, please.
It's cabin fever over here. I'm like, yep, you got it on two sides.
Wow.
My mom and my sister. Now my sister, she's just all on Twitter now. She done turned activist. I'm like, what happened to her? I'm like, yeah, that she watched Insecure too on TV. Oh yeah, she all in.
Yeah.
So now there came. This is enough. I'm like, oh, I'm on Twitter. I'm like, oh gosh, now they got my sister out here.
How's your family in Indianapolis, man?
They doing all right, man. They doing, you know, one day at a time. You know, her mom still today she posts her daughter every day, you know, and right now we don't know what's gonna happen with that investigation, you know. So once the whole thing, the virus hit, they just shut down. I don't think they was really looking forward. They know who did it basically, but nobody gonna step up and testify. So they got no evidence to really pin it on him. Plus, they think he in jail anyway for something else. He got caught for something else. He in jail anyway. So, from what some people telling me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. He said he was at a bar across from the arena called Draft about 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. Nah, that ain't Okay, now
down too.
Okay. Nah, that ain't there.
They must have named that after the draft picks they got with Shaq and Penny.
Yeah, that ain't that.
Wow. Yeah. I just wish Penny would have stayed healthy, man.
Oh yeah. I went to Orlando because I used to fly out of Orlando, and I would come there if I can get a cheaper flight in Orlando. I could just fly there because my parents in like Fishhawk, so that's like suburb of Tampa. So I could go right. It's close to Orlando though, so that's like about less than an hour for me driving. So I can go right there from Orlando. So as soon as I get on the airport, you know, I go rent a car, boom, go straight to Tampa, whichever way. And I normally get a one-way ticket because I know I can get a cheap ticket coming back home just like that. So I'm like, whenever I'm ready to go, I'll just be like, okay, mom get on my nerves. I'm like, mom getting on my nerves. I've been here too long. All right, it's time to
go. I'll see you next time, mama.
Yep, I got 2 weeks. It lasts about 2 weeks of just happiness and joy. Next thing you know, you just like one of the inmates that's in there locked up with.
I know one thing, boy. All the women is at the beaches here right now, boy. Good grief.
Yeah, they out here. They finna lock up all the beaches now.
What, not here?
Oh yeah, not there. I keep forgetting. Yeah, it's Chicago. Yeah, that's Chicago, man. She ain't play. She told Donald Trump, "F you." I said, "Oh,
I saw that. I saw that."
Yeah, and I tell you that carpet muncher is a monster.
She a real Don Corleone.
Yeah, Lori Lightfoot. She gonna put that Lightfoot right up his butt. And I bet she gonna break her Lightfoot right off in his butt. I hear if they fault, I'm betting on her. She'll whoop the mess out of Donald Trump. She gonna pull that toupee off his head, knock that over off his face.
That'd be the first thing she pulled too, straight to the hair. I knew it was fake. Wow.
No, she looked like the type to have a switchblade on her.
Yeah, she got that box cutter. Yeah, she got a box cutter right in there.
Oh, hey, or had that blade like Birdie on board the rim.
Yeah. With the saggy suit on, with the saggy dragon Steve Harvey suit.
Oh, he said last things at the Florida Classic. He seen Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick in the draft Orlando.
Oh, okay.
He said now he see it's called 180
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
he's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, he's right. Yeah, man, that line was nice too. Like when you go to the Orlando Magic game, like you can go straight like after the game, you can go straight up there. Like it's in the rooftop. It sits above the it's on top of the arena. It's nice.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's what's
It's
up.
nice. And got matter of fact, what's got a bar in there too in the arena. Master P got a bar in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he sell his liquor called Skull. No, what was it Skull Crush Skull or something like that? Sugar Skull. That's what it's called. Yeah, Sugar Skull.
Sugar Skull.
Yeah, Master P. Yeah, he be up in there sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He still got some money though. He invested his money.
He got money. Yeah, he don't never be broke.
Cheap.
Yeah.
He got too much real estate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the last time I've been to Orlando was 2017. I took my family down to Disney. My twin, we kept it a surprise the whole time, but they kind of broke me the night before we went to the park, and they were like 10 now, so that was back in 2017. They was 7.
Yeah,
and they just shocked. They were so happy.
Okay, I'm back in the game.
Yeah, I was like, what happened, Casino?
I was like the Matrix. I was in and I was out.
And they told me they want to go again. They want to go to Disney World again. So I said,
man,
we'll work on that.
Expensive. They keep going. Yeah. They keep raising up and up on Disney, man. Disney, all the amusement parks here. Disney, Universal, they keep raising the prices on all that. It used to be cheap for us, for Florida residents, but hell, not no damn more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're going to take $2 million to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
That's why I told people, man, my boy, he got hot pockets, man. He gets some money in his hand. He got to spend it. I was like, dude, I forgot about me. I was like, I got to do a hood story talking about you. And this dude got hit by a car and gave him some money. The dudes, it was some drug dealers. They gave him money straight out the like, dude, we cannot go call no cops. Here. They broke him off like about 3-4 stacks. Gave it to him right out of the pocket. And man, I was like, this dude, man, he got that money. He ain't know what to do. He ain't never seen that kind of money before in his life. I got about $4 and I'm counting it. He's like, man, I gotta go buy something. I'm like, oh man, we going to the strip club. I'm like,
oh no.
Man, he wanted to go to the strip club at 3 in the afternoon. I'm like, who do that? You just got hit by a car.
Oh man.
And you want to go to the strip club, man? This dude could not keep money. So when they, and this was many moons ago, the stimulus package money came. He got his money already. I was like, I already know that money gone. I was like, you know him. His mama was like, he better not spend that money. I'm like, that money probably already gone. It probably came already. No, it didn't show up. I was like, go ask him. She's like, did you get that stimulus money already? He was like, the government thing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that came You ain't told me nothing. He was like, oh, no, you don't get none. It go to me.
No.
I get some money. I get the money. You don't get the money. They don't send you nothing. It come to me, mama.
Hey,
wow.
Cito, he doggone. What happened to the money? I smoked the money.
Yeah.
Gator. Man, that's one of my favorite movies he did, man. He was great in that movie.
Want to see my dance, mama? No, my boy, that's one thing he don't do. He don't smoke it. He'll drink the goddamn money up. Cavassier, Blue Label, baby, VSOP.
What happened to
I drink good stuff.
Oh man.
That's funny. That was that I need a loan. What, your audition for Soul Train ain't come yet?
Oh man.
You know Don lost my number.
Yeah.
Dude, stupid. Well, he played that part, boy.
Yeah, he was great, man.
It was all improv.
If you don't give it to me, I'm gonna go rob some old lady on the street. You know how I'm gonna do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna.
But I do it.
And I love it. He's sitting over there singing a song.
That dog on Gable.
Knocking people in the head. Oh man. And see what got me was he said the application costs 100 bottles. I mean $100. Like dang.
Gave a hell, ain't he? Gave a hell, wasn't he?
Wow.
Boy.
100 bottles. I mean $100. Like wow. Like he played that part to a T.
Yeah, he did.
All right, it's 3 o'clock, man. I'm gonna get up out of here.
All right, Sino.
All right, man.
All right, man.
All right, thanks for staying on, man. Appreciate it.
All right, talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe.
All right.